Damn, bro, the skin customization is gonna be crazy. What is this? It looks like something straight out of Destiny. I ain't gonna lie. This hair though, I just had to say something. This hair, come on, bro. What you built like? Red Hood and Nightwing. I'll main those for a while, and then I want to experiment with Batgirl and then potentially Robin. But those points carrying over saves a lot of time versus having to go back. That's just dope. What it do, YouTube? This your boy ICEMAN Cam coming back with another YouTube video. Today we've got some more Gotham Knights reactions. Today we're going to be looking at Red Hood gameplay along with some of the skill tree gameplay. Never before seen footage. I know we've previously watched Batgirl. We've got Robin and Nightwing trailers before, but today we're looking at Red Hood and some of the gameplay for the skill tree that we'll be experiencing in the game. I'm pretty excited for this game. I haven't really ever played any Gotham Knights games, so well, not Gotham Knights, but Batman Arkham Knights. You know, I never played those, so this will be my first entry to the segment of the DC world. Let me know if you guys are excited for the game. Are y'all going to be looking to pick this up when it comes out in October? Drop a comment, let me know what you guys are thinking. Follow me on Twitch. The Twitch is IcemanCVM. We do our reactions over there. We do some role playing. We just overall just kick it, pull up over there. Follow me on my socials. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Peace.
Gotham Knights may have 4 characters to choose from, but in truth, there are dozens of ways to make them fit your chosen playstyle. In this video, we're going to show you just this, with gameplay of 2 completely different high-level Red Hood builds. Completely different high-level Red Hood builds.
That slow motion drop right there? Tough.
We made the decision, the Gotham Knights collectively were working together, and they were reflecting this notion of the Bat family. So our Red Hood, we wanted him to be aligned with the intentions of the rest of the family in that sense. He's still an angrier person, especially at the start of the story.
See, bro, it's so crazy to me we're gonna be able to play as someone who can shoot guns, bro. That's wild to me. Thinking of DC, bro, that's just like, man, I'm used to batarangs and staffs and gadgets and gadgets. Red Hood with the Dracos.
But we wanted them all to be on board with the general notion that we are in walking the path of Batman after his death. All of them are on board with the non-lethal strategy. So the marksman tree is kind of self-explanatory. It's really about dealing more damage at range. Red Hood is our most range-focused character out of the Gotham Knights, so a lot of his abilities focus on, I have guns with non-lethal rounds, and I would like to make them as damaging as possible while remaining non-lethal.
What are you bring the heat. Marking? That's great. That move is crazy.
Give me a hand. Heads up. I know that one hurt.
Thanks, cinematic. See, I just love the co-op, bro, that you're going to be able to set up a 2-person attack.
That's it. This is it. That's how that works. Bet they wish they never got out of bed today.
The Brawler skill tree is about melee combat, but more importantly, it's about powering up the fact that Red Hood is our largest character, and he's got the best grab and throw mechanics in Gotham Knights. That's a really, sort of brutal hand-to-hand focused skill tree.
Bro.
So if you're into that sort of brutal,
little Darth Maul, little, Star Wars looking kind of action, this one is clean. That skin is clean.
Hand-to-hand focused skill tree. So if you're into that style of play, it's a great place to invest early to get the most out of Red Hood.
taking your business elsewhere. Hey, look, more scumbag looking for a beat.
See, that's how I like it. You're personal, strong.
Guess I really pissed them off.
See, I like how they make him strong up close because it makes me want to spam, like, you know, using his gun. The animations, the fighting is just amazing, just on a melee standpoint. So I wouldn't even rely on this being.
That was just a taste of the different ways you can build out your chosen hero in Gotham Knights. Stay tuned later this week where we'll be digging into skill trees and how they work.
Alright, now we jump into the skill trees. Jumping into the skill trees, let's see what
Gotham Knights has an unexpected philosophy at its heart. While it might be a game about four superheroes trying to fill the void left by a murdered Batman, the developers don't want you to feel like you're creating four successors. They want you to find a favourite and turn them into a single, new Dark Knight.
We always understood that there
had
had to be a sense by the end of the story and by the end of your kind of investment in the hero that you have in some way transcended the obvious potential of this character in order to become a symbol. This is someone who I believe can fill the vacuum Batman has left behind. So that's such an essential aspect of the fantasy that we felt like there needed to be a moment where that was reflected in the ability tree, where it was reflected in the kind of
Quickfire expert, critical chance, and that's for this one. Okay, so that's 2, that's 3. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna jump into it. There's marksman, brawler, vengeance, and knighthood, but this probably is gonna be the best skill for what I'm assuming since it's locked. This is a level 9, so at level 9 you got good access to quite a
kind of
things.
RPG foundations of the game.
With that overall philosophy in mind, a game mechanic that has you constantly changing and experimenting with new techniques feels apt. Gotham Knights offers a lot of options.
Damn, bro, the skin customization is gonna be crazy. What is this? It looks like something straight out of Destiny or something, you know? Like I like the Darth Maul mask that we just saw in the Red Hood gameplay, but this is like a Titan from Destiny. Suit power 508. See, I just love how this is gonna be. This is just looking good. Level 30. There's tiers, blue, there's probably epic, you know, common, that whole thing. Melee, critical range. So his melee is strong. So his melee is stronger than his range. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Things in that regard, from new
health packs and smoke bombs. So this is like stims, and then I guess to evade some smoke bombs.
superhero suits to ability-changing gear, but it doesn't make that idea clearer than in its skill trees.
The main abilities that you see on the ability tree are abilities that you unlock after you've earned ability points.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. This hair though, I just had to say something. This hair, come on, bro. What you built like?
And that's something that's a natural function of leveling up in this sort of standard RPG way. You get XP, you level up, you get some ability points, and there's, you know, dependencies and prerequisites like you would normally see in an action RPG. But
hold on. What is this? Red Hood traverses through the air. Traverses through the air using spirit platforms. Okay, so this is the good one. The knighthood.
that is the gating mechanism for those abilities. You're spending points, you're deciding where you want to spend them.
Of course, with 4 different heroes, you're likely to want to experiment, and the game accounts for that without feeling like you're leaving anyone behind while not playing with them.
Obviously, we're a multi-protagonist game, and we expect that a lot of players are going to kind of identify fairly quickly that, okay, I like this hero, this character matches my style of play, I'm invested in their progression and in their evolution, I want to play that character for a long time. That said, there's 3 other heroes that you may decide at some point it would be interesting for you to try, and that you want to be able to jump into playing without feeling like you're being penalized
or need to go back and redo a whole bunch of work in order to kind of get them advanced. So then what happens is, if you decide to switch characters, basically you now have a kind of surplus of ability points that you can go into the menu and spend. You'll sit there, you'll allocate them, you can look at the whole ability tree, you can decide what you want to have access to.
The skill trees themselves are made up of a mix of ability or
I love that, because I probably will, I'm thinking just based off what I've seen in gameplay, I think I will probably main either Red Hood or Nightwing. I was sold on Nightwing initially. Red Wing now is seeming, why am I saying Red Wing? Red Hood is seemingly more my style, but I did like Batgirl's gameplay too. So I'm sure out of those two, you know, Red Hood and Nightwing, I'll main those for a while, and then I want to experiment with Batgirl and then potentially Robin. But those points carrying over saves a lot of time versus having to go back. That's just dope.
your stat changing upgrades, but the paths they take you down are purposely varied, allowing you to build different versions of the same hero. Batgirl can specialize in one-on-one melee combat, but she can also focus on hacking abilities or survivability. Nightwing can build on his acrobatics, but can also offer massive buffs for co-op play. Robin can improve on his preternatural talents for stealth, but he could equally work on tech that helps provide decoys or enhance elemental effects. And in this footage, we're showing off all of Red Hood's trees in their totality.
So the marksman tree is kind of self-explanatory. It's really about dealing more damage at range. That skill tree focuses mostly on damage per second and rewards for shooting and rewards for taking the time to use precision aim. The brawler skill tree is about melee combat, but more importantly, it's about powering up the fact that Red Hood is our largest character and he's got the best grab and throw mechanics in Gotham Knights. That's a really, sort of brutal hand-to-hand focused skill tree. So if you're into that style of play, it's a great place to invest early to get the most out of Red Hood. The Vengeance tree is essentially reflecting Red Hood's rage in different ways. He can be an intimidating character. It's sort of about leveraging parts of his personality and embodying them as a...
Hold on. So this one, I don't, that's so much Red Hood. Well, let's go back real quick. Increases Red Hood's damage by 15% and critical damage by 5%. And then Red Hood and his allies inflict increase. So this just kind of helps DPS a little bit. Helps co-op as well.
Abilities that allows him to be more frightened.
After using Two-Fisted Reload, Red Hood can shoot unlimited rounds for... That may be nice in a boss fight. But after using it okay, that may be nice when you need it.
And to do...
After using Two-Fisted Reload, Red Hood shoots double the number of rounds for a short period of time. Unlimited or double? What? Why would I... What? Why would you use double the number of rounds for short? Why would you not want the unlimited for sure,
deal more damage against certain types of enemies that he is truly angry inside about?
Now you may have noticed that there's a fourth tree on that list, Knighthood. Perhaps the most interesting of all the ability options, Knighthood is available for every
let's see this. Shoot. Every shot that knocks out an enemy inflicts fear.
Character and represents a moment of self-actualization.
The next one, increased headshot
Realization, where your hero has worked out how they can become their own Dark Knight, rather than just a new Batman. Knighthood will begin to unlock after a specific point in the story, but every character will have to complete a set of unique challenges to begin earning the abilities inside.
Unlocking the Knighthood tree gives you a couple of things. It unlocks the heroic traversal for that hero, so if you're Batgirl, suddenly you can glide. It unlocks your ultimate ability, for Batgirl that's the drone, and it unlocks the Knighthood ability tree, where you can start to add additional
So those are called mythical rounds. Mythical rounds requires 50% less. Now, see, and I like that you have to do that for each character. So at least you invest a little bit of time to get that part. I do prefer that they're actually making you do that quest to get the Knighthood versus just using points that are left over and getting it. It kind of, gives you like a tutorial of how to use it, because you're going to actually have to play with that person and get that. skill tree, so that's going to be nice. So they've put
It's
some
the
thought into
knighthood
it,
ability tree, where you can start to add additional very powerful mechanics to your hero that are otherwise not available to you until that point in the story.
Once you've unlocked knighthood for one character, you don't need to go and do the story beat again for the other heroes in order to gain access to that progression, but you'll need to go out and do the challenges for that hero that are associated with.
Bro, he looks like something straight out of the Hunger Games. I'm just saying, it's just throwing me off. I can't even focus on the video when I see him talking. I mean, I ain't on his dick, I ain't on his dick though.
These additional abilities.
Knighthood is a truly interesting combination of narrative and mechanic, a way of using traditional RPG ideas to help tell the story of Gotham Knights' budding heroes.
So literally, there is a moment where it's possible for you to kind of have this epiphany with your character, right? It can be the moment that Robin suddenly, he's like staring at the Batman shrine in the Belfry, and he's like looking at the gauntlet, thinking about the technology and how Batman used it, because he's like the most recent member of that team, and Robin's thinking to himself, wait a minute, Batman wasn't just what was in the Batcave or just what he had on his person. It was also his relationship and his connection to the bigger universe of these superheroes, right? The Justice League satellite. So that's kind of the moment where he goes, wait, I can tap into that. I can absolutely tap into that. And if I use it this way, it's going to open up a set of abilities and some ways of fighting crime. And so that first moment is what opens up his heroic traversal. It's where he goes, I can do short-range teleportation. So, these are the kinds of sort of thematic links that we've tried to create with the Knighthood branch.
And alongside all of these skill trees is another
okay, whoa. So you've got the mini, whoa. On the action pad, not the D-pad, the action pad. Okay, what is this? Red Hood shoots multiple rounds straight ahead, hitting all enemies in his path. Ammunition is also reloaded. Nice. Wait, hold R1 and tap that. Okay. So, and then Red Hood charges his fist. Elemental damage. Melee versus 5.
You have unlockables, momentum abilities. These amount to special attacks that can be assigned
Quick reload while hitting and shooting
to specific button combos. Many of the momentum abilities tie into the skill trees, but they're earned differently.
In the case of the momentum abilities, you're getting those by engaging in challenges in the world. When you look at the momentum ability breakdown, in order to unlock that, I need to do the following 4 or 5 things.
The most amount of
cooldown's 5 minutes? Okay. All right, that's they got cooldown in here. Okay, Red Hood locks on enemies with the mythical rounds. So that's gonna take 5 minutes to do that ultimate. Wow, I mean, it's giving me Destiny vibe. I kind of like it. I like how you got the Charizard ult. That's gonna be good balance.
Synergy between abilities in different trees actually happens between the momentum abilities tab and the rest of the trees. For example, Batgirl's Beatdown is a momentum ability, but can be powered up by other abilities in her tree that allow her to do it more effectively and with piercing damage, which the ability doesn't usually have at the start.
The developers' goals with all of these trees isn't just to tack on RPG mechanics to an action.
Hey, I like that.
The developers' goals with all of these
the
trees isn't
just that one's kind of fun.
Just to tack on RPG mechanics to an action game, but to provide a legitimate sense that your heroes are growing, learning, and changing throughout the course of Gotham Knights' story. As a player, you're being asked to help create your own versions of those heroes, and the team doesn't want you to simply be able to fill out an entire skill tree on your first playthrough, encouraging you instead to pick and choose carefully.
If you're playing through Gotham Knights in a regular way, so I'm going after all of the main story arcs and I'm fighting the villain arcs, I will have unlocked most but not all of the skill tree. So your choices are always going to matter at least as far as what it takes for you to beat the story. I think players will and probably should mix and match to get the best out of the abilities in Gotham Knights. We know that players will choose ability clusters as we've arrange them in the trees because they are excited about an individual ability. But there is a lot of synergy between trees, and also you kind of have to experiment to find out what you really like. So I do expect that players will mix and match quite a lot.
All right, guys. So man, that was amazing. I'm even more excited for the game now. I mean, I just love how the skill tree is going to be. It's going to have a lot of replayability, whether it just be you wanting to level up everybody, or you just wanted to play with someone and then your playstyle kind of switches and you want to unlock a certain thing in the skill tree, but you know, you got to go do some side quests to do it. You know, it's just going to be, you're going to be playing this for quite a bit. I mean, that's if you're really invested. And like I said, the co-op factor, you're going to be able to play this with friends. It's going to get real creative. It's going to be real nice. Like I said, I think I'm going to be maining Red Hood. Nightwing's probably Nightwing or Batgirl. Those two are going to be my second. Robin, watching Robin teleport and just kind of seeing a little bit of Robin in this video, it kind of gets me hyped for Robin a little bit. I'm still thinking I'm going to main Red Hood or Nightwing, but overall this was a solid showcase. I'm very excited for this game still. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do y'all think y'all are going to be excited for, you know, the skill tree and how kind of grindy it's going to be? Because it seems like it's going to be kind of grindy. You're going to be playing this with friends, you're looking to go through it solo. Let me know what you guys think. I definitely will keep you guys posted on more Gotham Knights, because this is a game that I'm excited about. If y'all want, drop a like, subscribe. Until the next one, peace.